So it is that time of the year, the end of the year, the time in which we come into a festive spirit and giving gifts. And so Long Beach Transit is doing exactly that for their staff and community, supporting a local organization, Creative Flow. So who we have joining us here today, we have Jocelyn Padilla from Long Beach Transit and Juan Carlos, the founder of the organization Creative Flow. How are you two doing today?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us here. So Jocelyn, tell us, because you obviously in Long Beach Transit, there's been different maneuverings that you've had to go through in this time. And it's so beautiful and heartwarming to know that you've been able to support your employees and really keep them safe. And now in this time, you're providing them with wonderful gifts that, of course, is also supporting Creative Flow. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, of course. So, normally in normal years, I'm sure most people are used to, you have an end of year celebration where, colleagues can get together, celebrate accomplishments throughout the year, enjoy a good meal. But obviously that just wasn't an option this year. So we thought, well, how can we make this holiday special for staff and then also still contribute to the community as well? So we did a few things in regards for the holidays. So right away, I thought of Juan Carlos and Creative Flow because we partnered for an event right before the pandemic back in February, I believe. He did some great bags for a mural dedication we had. So we have a great mural that we just unveiled earlier this spring. And so I thought of him, and he had come up with some great totes back then. So I thought, this would be great for staff as a gift since we can't get together. So he came up with this great design, and then we were able to do that. And then on top of that, we thought, well, how can we give back in another way too? And so we did a fundraiser for the Women's Shelter of Long Beach as well. And we raised over 300 in gift cards and 4 big boxes full of gifts as well. So, we've been fortunate enough here at Long Beach Transit where we haven't had any layoffs. Fortunately, our team is staying safe and healthy. So again, just thinking, well, how can we make this an active engagement in the community, but also still bring that morale to LBT staff?
Well, that's so great to know that, you've not had to lay off any people and that you've been able to keep all your staff so safe, and all the while also coming up with brilliant ideas of how to support the community even further. And so Juan Carlos, tell us, how has Long Beach Transit been able to really support Creative Flow in this time? Because of course you've had to also make adjustments in this time, seeing that you naturally engage with people face to face, but you've had to really alter that.
Yeah, so actually that event was probably the last event that we did on a year that looked pretty promising with a lot of plans that I had for the organization. So event, I was actually looking forward to seeing what else we could do with the Long Beach Transit, because obviously, it's a big company. So and local. So I was looking forward to that, and from then on, it was just kind of downhill as far as, social distancing. I mean, everything that I do is, it requires for kids to engage in my booth. So that's, a lot of gathering. So that was definitely not happening. So when Jocelyn reached out to me now, it was huge as far as her asking me to design the bag for the employees, because I hadn't really designed anything. So once we figure that out, I say, hey, you know what? Normally every year I give out T-shirts to the community, DIY coloring T-shirts for the kids. And being that she gave me the opportunity to get the bags from me, that gave us a little bit more extra money to get more T-shirts and also get washable markers for the kids. So that's how it helped us. And we were able to go from 300 shirts to 500 T-shirts, and actually pick up 606, which is an odd number, but that's how they come in a box, washable markers that we'll be giving out throughout from today on, all the way till they run out.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's so heartwarming. From today as well. That's so special. Well, that's really incredible. And Jocelyn, for Long Beach Transit, what is some of the feedback that you've had from staff? Have they already opened their totes, by the way?
Yeah, we actually just started distribution on Tuesday. As you can imagine, it was definitely had a plan for this. We have 800 LBT employees just under there, most of which are operators, and you can imagine their shifts are ever changing. So we had to set up a really safe operation for distributing, but it's been nothing but positive feedback. Everyone looks at the bag, and it's so unique in its design. It's just not the Long Beach Transit. It has that local feel to it. So everyone's been super happy. Again, mentioning that first event, we had those bags, and not all staff was there, right? It was a community event. So a few team members that were at the event had it. So people always heard about this cool bag, but it was kind of an exclusive thing since there were only a few floating around. So with the holiday here, now everyone can enjoy that bag. So it's actually been really positive.
Oh, that is also so heartwarming. And Juan Carlos, of course, things are starting to hopefully develop a little bit better in this upcoming year. So how do you hope that the community can be further supportive and be involved with Creative Flow? And how do you imagine and hope that things can move forward?
Well, it's so big. I mean, just thinking about how we're going to move forward. But one of the biggest things that I always tell parents is not only do I go out to the community and encourage their kids to be creative, but I also encourage the parents. And as of right now, I think it's extremely important for them to encourage their kids and push their kids if, they see that their kids are probably going to go down a creative route as far as maybe career down the line, because that's really what I push, just career wise. I wasn't into sports, so there's tons of kids that are not into sports, and I do a great living, and I work doing what I love to do, and my mom was a huge part of that. She was always there for me, so I would say to just if they really want to support me, just support their kids and just keep pushing them, because it would be lovely if they were able to get a job at Nike, Disney, one of these huge companies that really push the arts or just hire artists. So that's my biggest thing. Just if they want to support, just support your kids, just push your kids, because that's what I'm doing.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's a really nice message to really end on for the holiday spirit. But Jocelyn, any final remarks for Long Beach Transit? Anything that, we can expect? Is there any changes or anything that the public needs to know about?
So Long Beach Transit will continue operating on our modified schedule. So that's going to be the case until the foreseeable future. But we really encourage people to follow along with us on social media. We also have a text update service. So whenever we do have a change to our scheduling, you'll get an automatic text if you visit us at ridelbt.com. You can find information on that, on how to subscribe. So it's going to be the best way to stay up to date on any service changes. And again, I want to invite people to support Creative Flow. They're actually going to be selling some things at the Uptown Village Market. Head over to the Instagram. You can see that. I don't know. You can share your Instagram handle.
It's Creative Flow Arts. That's our handle, our Instagram, and I mainly post everything there just because everyone's there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All information, you can just go there.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody.
We're going to make it through.
Yes, all of us here. Look at us all in our confined spaces right here, right now. So hopefully we can all be in studio, out in the field, and being able to also connect with the community face to face safely, hopefully in the new year then. Well, thank you, Juan Carlos and Jocelyn Padilla. Thank you so much for joining us here on Long Beach Local News today and doing such great and supporting the community, even in these circumstances.
Thank you.
Okay, so for more local news, please do head on over to longbeachlocalnews.com. I'm Yazmin Tanras.